Hello, you are watching The Turncoats, a discussion of a forthcoming event at Lickley Head Castle in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. So, I think the thing that most people would want to know straight away is, what is my secret identity? Well, it's me, James. I'm here to tell you about a one-day event at Lickley Head Castle in Scotland um, that's coming up sometime in spring or early summer, and it's called the Turncoats. So, you out there watching today, I presume you are interested potentially in taking part in this event. It's a game, perhaps a little bit similar to something that you may already be familiar with. So, I'll tell you a little bit about what we're going to talk about today, first of all. So, I'm first of all going to tell you about the inspiration for this game, this event that we're holding at the castle. Um, Perhaps some of you already know. So we're going to explain how the game is played. We're going to look at the location, fantastic location, Lickley Head Castle. I'm going to show you what you will receive if you take part with us. And we'll talk about some potential dates and times. And I'm going to explain to you how you can participate in the game. Finally, I'm going to let you ask me some questions towards the end. There will be some other opportunities to ask and answer questions as we go through. So, our inspiration, of course, comes from the Traitors TV show. I'm sure most of you out there watching are already familiar with it. It's a game of deception and alliances and strategy. It's big on TV at the moment in many different countries. But I'd like to make clear at this stage that we are not affiliated with the Traitors. And the game that you will be playing if you come to Lickley Head Castle is called the Turncoats. So I will be referring to the Turncoats from this point forward. What is the Turncoats? So the Turncoats is going to be a one-day game involving multiple players, including yourself if you join us. It's going to be a game of strategy and alliances, and there's going to be a chance to win money at the end, a cash prize for the winner or winners, I'm sure. And everyone who takes part is going to have a very memorable experience. So let's go into some specifics then. How does the game, the Turncoats, how does it work? So many of you probably will recognize many of the features that we're going to use. So the Turncoats are chosen at the start of the day by the host. There are rounds of missions, voting, and murders. The cash prize is split between the final contestants, however many there are at the end, unless there is a turncoat among the devoted at the end of the game. So there's going to be a variety of physical, mental, and emotional challenges for the missions, and the voting stage lends itself to
emotional
consequences, maybe as a natural consequence of doing that. So the turncoats will be a little bit different to maybe what some people are expecting. Part of that is due to the fact that we need to use fewer players. We're only going to be doing this in a single day. The gameplay will also be quite a lot faster than you may have seen on TV. One really important thing to make clear is that there is not going to be banishment per se. Instead, players who are voted out of the game will be considered the vanquished, and they will still be taking part in the game all the way up to the final. They will have a role to play and they will be able to influence events to a certain extent. So for those of you out there thinking, I've paid my money to play and then I get knocked out after 5 minutes, it's not going to be like that. So yeah, there's also going to be some other prizes in addition to the main prize to incentivize people to play well and so on. So I'm going to take maybe some questions at this stage. I hope there are some people out there who have questions. I did start a little bit late due to some technical issues. So let's go straight to some questions. Okay, so there's no comments yet. I suppose that means there's no questions. If any of you out there listening have a question, feel free to write it in the box at this stage. Okay, I guess there's no questions. There will be plenty of time at the end of my discussion for you to ask any questions that you might have. So the confused cat there perhaps is not the only confused person or confused being. So let's we'll come back to any questions at the end. Why Lickley Head Castle? Why this venue? So Lickley Head Castle is an absolutely stunning venue. So we are the only venue in Scotland like this, offering exactly what we're proposing here. There are some places that do the equivalent of Mafia or werewolf style games, which is really just it's a 30-hour long experience when you do it that way. What we're offering is something more authentic, but not stretched over a ridiculously long time period that most people are just not going to be able to do. So this is a one-day event. It's a full day event, most of the day anyway. And there will be all the things that you're familiar with. So as I say, you're going to have missions throughout the day. There's going to be a round table, and there's going to be murders by the Turncoats. Yeah, so the castle just has everything that you need. It's a really big castle on the inside. There's lots of places for the Turncoats to meet up, for example. Lots of places for us to do various missions on the inside. And we have 11 acres of grounds. So there's more than enough space to do all the physical activities outside. We're going to use some professionals to do this. So we're going to have a professional actor as the host. It's as good as a host as I might be. We're bringing in a pro. So we expect that person to really entertain and make it exciting for the participants. There's also going to be an experienced and licensed instructor to carry out the physical challenges, so that that minimizes the risk, and again, it will make it more exciting for anyone playing. Okay, so what can you expect if you play this game with us, Turncoats? So first of all, there will be a prize at the end of the day, a cash prize for the main winner, some other prizes for people who do well in the missions and so on. And we are going to provide all the equipment that you'll need on the day, obviously. So we're going to provide food on the day as well. So we'll give you breakfast, snacks throughout the day, and lunch. So there will also be someone recording this as the day is going through. So we're going to use some really professionals again to record this event, and there'll be a place that you can sit down in front of the camera as you've seen on the TV series, and so you're going to have so it's going to take us a while to edit everything and put it together, but you're going to have a fantastic memento that you'll be able to show your friends and family afterwards about all the fun you had at Lickley Head Castle playing the Turncoats. So yeah, so this is to give you an idea of when we're thinking. So the date that we're thinking of is the 9th of May this year. So that's only a provisional date, though. That's a date that fits in quite well with our schedule. So we're targeting that date currently. But if you were to come to us with a big group, a ready-made group to play the game, then, provided we have availability, then of course we would say yes, and you could have that date. That's no problem at all. One thing to bear in mind is if we don't get enough players by the 9th of May, then the game can't go ahead. There's no point playing the Turncoats with just 4 people. It won't work. So I'm going to tell you in a minute how you can register interest if you'd like to play this game with us. And then once we have a big enough pool of people who are all able to play on the same day, then it will go ahead. So the time is a bit more straightforward. We're going to need to start pretty early, and we're going to need to run up until dinner time, just before dinner. So yeah, it's going to be an early start for anyone who wants to take part, but I'm sure you can all understand the reason why. So the next thing is that this is taking place at Lickley Head Castle, which is in Premnay, Aberdeenshire. Perhaps some of you out there watching are already familiar with the castle or the village. So, please look us up. We do other things at the castle if anyone's looking for a place to stay. You could actually stay while you're playing the game if you bring a big enough group together as well. Yeah, so that's the provisional date for the first Turncoats event, the time that we'll be playing, and the address again. So, assuming you are still interested at this stage, I'm going to tell you now how you can sign up to play this game. So I'm going to now copy the link to our register interest page into the comments. And yeah, so if you are interested, you can go to this site, Eventbrite, and what you're doing by following this link is you are saying to us that you want to play the game. So anyone who wants to play the Turncoats at Lickley Head Castle, please go to this site, Eventbrite. The link is in the comments for this video, the Facebook. I'll put it into any other on any other video sites that we use. Yeah, so show us that you want to play by registering. Once we have enough players, we'll send messages out to all the players who are interested. And okay, sorry. Yeah, once we have enough players, we'll send invitations out in order of those who registered interest first. So please respond as quickly as you can. Otherwise, we'll have to move on to the next player. So I see there's a question that's come up. I'm going to get to your question in just a moment. Okay, so one of the questions that I'm sure a lot of people out there have is how much is this going to cost me? Okay, so the answer to start with, when we start doing this, the answer is £200 per person. Now, that might sound like quite a lot, but I'd like to, let you know all of the really great things that you're going to get if you do participate. So this is a lifetime experience for Traitors fans, first of all. You know, for anyone who's like a really big fan of the show, like I am, you know, this is a dream experience for you. Um, it's going to be an action-packed day. We're going to have lots of missions. You're never going to have a moment of peace, or you'll be able to sit down, of course, but you'll always be engaged with the gameplay. There's going to be, even if it's just people sitting together talking about who they think the turncoats are. It's a well-designed schedule. We've put a lot of work into thinking how this is all going to be put together. We're providing you with food throughout the day. So as I say, there's going to be breakfast, snacks throughout the day, a delicious lunch. You know, a lot of the food is going to be homemade. So it's really going to be like fantastic quality. So the professionals we're going to use, we're going to use professional actor as the host. We're using a professional to be who's the instructor for the missions. We're also bringing in some professional cameramen to get really good quality footage of this event, so you can show your friends and family all the great fun that you had. And of course, you're getting the authentic Scottish castle. So you get the real experience. This is not something that you do just, you know, playing Mafia or whatever down the pub. You know, this is at a beautiful venue out in the countryside. It looks so beautiful in the spring on the provisional date. There's room to do all the activities and everything. So there's also a cash prize for the winners. Details to follow, and there's going to be other prizes, as I say. So you know, there's plenty to play for. And yeah, so as I mentioned, there's going to be a video, so that will come out to you within a few weeks, probably 2 or 3 weeks of the actual event. So it's going to look really great. So yeah, we appreciate your interest in the turncoats. So I'm going to turn to the questions that people have at this stage. Okay, so Emma Ritchie is asking, as I missed the start, is the event 18 plus? Okay, so 18 plus. Yeah, I think that would probably be I think that there's going to be an age limit, but it's not going to be 18 plus. There's no reason that anything that we do is necessarily going to be adult content. So it depends on maybe the emotional maturity of the child in question, I would say. So if you think that, say, your 16-year-old is mature enough to play the game without being hurt if they get knocked out, then by all means that would be okay. There is going to be probably an age limit, but I would say it's going to be under 18, maybe 15. I would say is going to be the age limit to start with, and we'll see how it goes. The next question is the anticipated cost. Yeah, so it's going to be £200 per person. Catherine Davies asks, can you provide accommodation? So yes, we can provide accommodation potentially. So it's not going to work too well if you're a bunch of strangers. You can't really, because it's an exclusive use venue. It doesn't really work if you're a bunch of strangers staying in the castle. But if you are a big group of friends and family who want to play the game together, and then you want to sleep overnight in the castle, then that is definitely possible. So we would give you a discount on your stay if you were to play the Turncoats with us. And yeah, so Catherine also asks, can children play? I think it might be better to start with, as I say, to make it 15 plus. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I know there are probably quite a lot of younger people out there who are interested in playing as well. So I'm not seeing any other questions at the moment. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you do have any questions, if you're late, I was late, so that's partially my fault. I started a bit late. So if you watch this in a few days' time or in a month's time, and you have a question, then by all means send that to Lickley Head Castle here on Facebook. Okay, thank you very much, and goodbye.